Harriet Tubman, former slave and leader in the Underground Railroad, was also a Union spy. And the first woman in U.S. history to lead a military expedition. Here's how. After escaping slavery herself, Harriet Tubman rescued slaves throughout the 1850s. And when the Civil War started, she offered her services to the Union war effort. In 1863, she was assigned to Colonel James Montgomery to work for the Union Army as a nurse, cook, and spy. Tubman disguised herself as an aging woman and moved behind Confederate lines unnoticed, gathering information from a network of informants. Slaves traded information in exchange for a chance at freedom, and sometimes cash. The covert operation was approved by President Abraham Lincoln and run by Secretary of State William Seward. In South Carolina, Tubman worked in Union-controlled contraband camps, where escaped slaves sought safety. There, she recruited local informants and found out where other slaves were being held. Tubman and other spies would gather intel about Confederate plans, such as where they had dropped barrels filled with gunpowder to attack Union boats. On June 1, 1863, alongside Colonel Montgomery, she led 300 black soldiers to raid rice plantations along the Combahee River in South Carolina, making her the first woman in American history to plan and lead a military operation. The soldiers ransacked the plantation, setting fire to buildings and freeing more than 700 slaves. Tubman continued to work as a nurse, cook, and spy for another year, but she was only paid $200 for her entire war service, and was never paid all of the benefits owed to her, despite multiple appeals to the federal government. It wasn't until 1890, 2 years after her husband's death, that she received a small pension for being the widow of a war veteran. And it wasn't until 1899 that her pension was increased, but that didn't make up for the benefits she deserved. It would take another 100 years for Tubman to get the money she was owed, when in 2002, Congress was again alerted about the pension, and soon after provided $11,750 to the Harriet Tubman home in Auburn, New York.